Hello, I'm Nathan Parker, an instructor for FreeMagicSchool.com. Another card effect today. This one a little bit different than most that I've posted so far. Why don't I just show you? Okay, so I have my deck of cards and I will riffle through the pack until the spectator tells me to stop. Once they do, I'll lift up and give them the card they stopped at. In this case, the 7 of diamonds. I then have the spectator return the card to the top of the deck. I then cut it into the middle. I'll mix the cards up a little bit more. And now I will proceed to show the spectator the top card of the deck, 5 of hearts, and the second card, the King of clubs, the third card, the 2 of diamonds, the Queen of spades, the 10 of spades, the 3 of clubs, and I will go through and have the spectator, I may or may not necessarily, actually I probably will not name aloud every card, but I will just go through all the cards and have the spectator look for theirs as I go through. Now if you remember, in this case the card was the 7 of diamonds. And you can do this fairly fast. You don't want to go too slow, but you want to go just the right speed so that they can actually see the card as you hold them up. Alright, so we go through the whole deck, and now we're left with a big pile of cards in front of us, except the spectator's card, which was the 7 of diamonds in this case. I then tell the spectator that the deck did feel a little less heavy than usual, a little lighter, and I'll ask him to check my card box to see if I left any cards inside. The spectator will open the card box, reach inside, and find their chosen card, the 7 of diamonds. Alright, so now for the method. This is very, very simple. Actually, not a bad beginner trick. It will take a little bit of work for one of the moves, but relatively simple. Basically, we have 2 7 of diamonds, 2 duplicates. Before starting the effect, this is the setup. You will place the 7 of diamonds, one of your 7 of diamonds, or whatever card you want to use, in the card box on the table. Your duplicate card will go on top of the deck. Now once again, you can use any force that you prefer to use. There are a couple of different force videos on FreeMagicSchool.com. In this case, I'm going to stick with the riffle force. So I had the 7 of diamonds on top of the deck. I'm going to cut it to the middle and catch a pinky break above it. From here, riffle down the side of the deck, the outer edge with my thumb, and I'll ask the spectator to call out stop at any time. Say they stop me there, I pick up, instead of from the front where they stop me, I pick up from the back using my thumb right above the pinky break, right above the force card. They will then take their card, the 7 of diamonds, you'll have them look at it, remember it, and place it back on top. From here, once again, you'll give the deck another cut, cutting the 7 of diamonds to the middle again and catching another pinky break on top of it. A couple more cuts to give the illusion you're mixing the deck. You're actually just grabbing packets below the break and pulling the top card back up to the top. After doing so, I'm going to do a double lift by pushing the top 2 cards slightly over and sliding them back and catching a pinky break underneath them. Top 2 cards slightly over, pushing them back and catching my break underneath. From here, I grasp the card at the bottom outer edge, or inner edge I should say, flip it over, show them that that is not their chosen card, place it on the table. Now, when placing this double on the table, here's a good tip. I don't believe I did this during the presentation part of this tutorial, but I will show you now anyway. A good tip for setting down a double: slightly bend it just a little before you set it down. That holds it together fairly well. At this point, as soon as you set this card down, you want to start showing the next card, lay it on top, the next card, lay it on top, the next card, and you just keep doing this, showing them the cards. They're looking for their card, but of course they're not going to see it because you set it down first as the top card in the double lift. So you run through the deck, they're looking for their card fairly fast, but slow enough for them to see each card and distinguish that it's not their card. Okay, after doing that, you tell the spectators that the deck felt a little bit lighter than usual this time, and you think you might have been missing some cards. And of course, they're going to mention that their chosen card was not Saul. So, you mention the deck felt lighter, and ask them to check your card box, see if you might have left any cards in there. So they'll open it up and find their chosen card inside. So, like I said, the basics of this is the duplicates, using the duplicates. In my case here, the 7 of diamonds. So, you got your setup, duplicate inside the box, duplicate on top. You get your cut here, cut your force card to the middle, catching a pinky break above it. If you want to do the riffle force as I've done, have them tell you when to stop. As you riffle down the bottom, pick up from the break, have them take their card, the 7 of diamonds, look at it. They'll then place it on top of the deck, and you'll cut this top half one more time to the bottom, catching another pinky break above that. You're basically going to do a false cut, a false shuffle, and cut small packets away from the bottom half until you bring the top card back to the top. After you bring this back to the top, slide the top 2 cards over, draw them back, grab the inner bottom corner, turn it over to show that's not their card. Maybe put a slight bend in it before laying it on the table. Then show your other cards immediately. So those are the mechanics of the effect. If you have a question about this effect or need it explained better, please leave me a comment or check out my profile on freemagicschool.com and send me a message. Also, please be sure to send me a friend request and any suggestions you may have.